What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Oh, yeah, I'm back for another Scevoli Tonight Show starring me. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Finally, someone's doing it.
Yeah.
Someone's doing it. Thank you. But welcome back to the Scevoli Show, guys. I have a very special guest with me. He's the only guest that went like this and cheered me on, you know. I don't know what's going on with you people out there. Take some notes. Chris takes notes.
Right?
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. But we are back, guys, with another episode of the show. Tonight we have our very special guest that I was on his show for trivia night. You know, that was really fun. I knew nothing about trivia. I think I guessed on all those answers. But you can go watch my episode on his show versus Ashton. And I'm not going to tell you who wins. I'm just going to say it's not me. So if it's not me,
it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. You know, it'll be a surprise. It gets down to the wire on that show. It's a good show. And thank you, Chris, again for having me on. I appreciate it. But tonight, guys, we have Seriously Star Wars. I don't know how serious he is about Star Wars. I want to ask him about it because he's on the Scevoli Tonight Show. So we got to ask him how serious he is, you know? So on a 1 to 10 scale, Chris, how serious are you about Star Wars?
Well, I mean, if you're a fan of This is Spinal Tap, let's turn it up to 11.
Oh.
11's one higher than 10. That's where I am. That's how serious I am.
See, he's not even going to 10. He skips right over 10 and goes to 11.
Yeah, I'm turning it up to 11. This thing goes up to 11.
There's no 10 on his radar. It's just right to 11. Right to 11. But Chris, thank you again for coming on the show, and thank you again for having me on your show. If you need me back to do a little trivia, you know, I'm always down, always ready. But my first question to you, Chris, on the Scevoli Tonight Show is, how did you get into Star Wars? Like, how did this serious Star Wars start? Like your channel, your pages, and everything. So tell all the people a little about yourself.
So I do Star Wars weekly Star Wars videos, usually reviews on my channel, Seriously Star Wars. I started it. I think I'm in my 3rd year now doing this on YouTube. As far as Star Wars goes, so. Yeah, it's been a fun ride. Like it's definitely something I'm very passionate about. Like I'm very passionate about Star Wars and huge collector, as you can see with all the stuff behind me here, right? So very passionate about that. So I just kind of married my two passions together. YouTube, I like YouTube. I was making YouTube videos for a few years. I was doing tech reviews back in the day, like 2018, 2019. Or 2017, 2018, around there, and just wasn't passionate about it. So now I'm doing something I'm very passionate about, like talking about Star Wars and doing something I do anyways, like opening up Star Wars collectibles. So it's been a fun ride.
He's serious about it, guys. He's up to 11.
I'm serious, very serious.
Serious.
Yeah. 11.
So you're a collector. So tell me, like, what's all back there and behind you? Because that's a big monument of Star Wars stuff right there.
So, I guess let's start on this side. So that's my main. I guess my main focus, all the Funko Pops there. So what am I at? I'm like I've got to be over 400 Funko Pops now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's like my main focus now. But I really do collect a little bit of everything. So like on this side, I got like watches, I got like ceramic glasses, I got plastic cups with cup toppers, I got lunch boxes, I got like plush toys. I don't know if you can see any of them down there. Like, down there. I got like puzzles. I've got enough shirts to wear for like 3 months of different Star Wars shirts that I can wear. Yeah. It's pretty serious over here.
That's crazy. I don't have the room for that for my collection.
I'm slowly reaching the peak of the amount of space I have here. So
that's crazy. That's awesome though. But so I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite piece in your room? that's like
Ooh,
that your memory that you love to get, like maybe your favorite character, your favorite whatever. What is your favorite item in your room, in the Star Wars room that you have?
So I think my favorite item. I have a Han Solo frozen in carbonite. It's a mini fridge. And it's sitting on the floor. Yeah, it's sitting on the floor over on this side of my desk here. Yeah, it's got stuff on top of it. But yeah, no, you plug it in, it lights up, and it's big enough to put a 6-pack of whatever beverage in there. So
that is amazing. I'm gonna have to come over one day, Chris, and we'll just pop open. I don't drink, but we could do some waters. Put it on.
We'll do some mineral water or something, right? Some Perrier. We'll get some Perrier in the house for you.
The healthy stuff, the healthy kind.
The healthy stuff, yeah.
How did you find that? That's like vintage.
It's actually no. It's I never how vintage it is. It's something my wife picked up for me maybe 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, she's good at finding these different, really unique pieces. Like I got a actually I think you can see it just over here. This is like a snow globe. It's a scene from Empire Strikes Back where Luke's hanging upside in the Wampa cave there. It's a snow globe. Yeah.
So she helps you with your obsession, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What does she think of your collection? She likes it?
I mean, she doesn't mind it. I mean, it's my own thing, right? Like, yeah, she's buying me stuff from time to time. Holidays like Christmas and birthday. She'll spoil me with Star Wars stuff. So yeah,
and we just put them in that awesome room that we have there.
Right? Yeah.
More pilage.
Yeah.
More clutter.
Yeah.
So my next question to you, Chris, is who is your favorite Star Wars characters and why? Top 3 favorite.
Top 3? Okay, so number 1 without a doubt is Darth Maul. So Darth Maul, ever since I saw the Phantom Menace trailer back, I guess it would have been 98 when they released the trailer. So seeing him hold up the lightsaber and both blades light up, that was just phenomenal. I was just like, oh my god, right? Like that's the coolest thing ever. So yeah, no, Darth Maul has just been my favorite ever since then. And
he's a good
with all character. with all the stories they've added, like with the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels and all these other shows, right? And even like Solo at the end of Solo, that little cameo there. With all these stories, it just makes him that much of a more interesting character. Like I was already like, wow, this guy's the coolest guy ever, but with all these other stories, it just makes him, up there.
He really is. So. He really is. Maul is like, he's a misunderstood character for me. Like he's
I think so.
Like it's like he's trying to do good at the same time he's bad. He's trying to
right.
Especially in like the Clone Wars, that when he tells Ahsoka like, this is the truth, you've just been blind about it. You just open your eyes, join me. And and I felt bad because it's like he's actually telling the truth. Like he's not lying.
Yeah, he's not the villain. He's just the anti-hero.
Yes, like Taylor Swift's song "Anti-Hero." He is that. That song is about you, Maul. That song is about you. Shout out to you.
That song is about him. Yeah.
Shout out to you. So you're on top 1. What's your top
so that's my
2 and 3?
Top 1. So my next one would be Boba Fett. So Boba Fett, again, it's something about the mystery of the character, because similar to Darth Maul, right? We only got him in like 3 scenes in the Phantom Menace. He had like 2 lines of dialogue. Like Boba Fett was just that same mystery, right? So yeah, Boba Fett is my number 2, and then for number 3, I would have to go Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker.
Now, do you put them as one person or you do 2 people?
I do them as one person.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I like him more when he's using the dark side and he's full on Darth Vader? Perhaps. But overall, as a character, he's just like an amazing character, right?
He's a mysterious character.
Mysterious as well, yeah.
He is. Now, my next question to you, Chris, is what is your favorite Star Wars scene? In all of Star Wars. It could be animation or live action.
In all of Star Wars. Okay, that's a tough one. So,
like, what do you remember the most? Like, what is, like, that one scene you can't get out of your head when you watch Star Wars? Like, you just visualize it on screen, and it's not even on screen.
I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this one. Like, it's not from my favorite movie, but it's such a great scene. It's from the sequel trilogy, from The Last Jedi. That throne battle, it's just so visually, I don't know what the word is even to describe it. It's just, the visuals in that are just phenomenal, right? Like the colors to the choreography to the music. Yeah.
It was a good scene. That's the fight with
Kylo and Rey, yeah, and the Praetorian Guards there, yeah.
And Snoke, right? Is that the Snoke one?
And Snoke, yeah, that's the one where they kill Snoke, yeah.
And do you like the sequels?
I like the sequels, yes.
You do? Because not a lot of people out there.
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah,
not a lot of people do. No, I do. And there are others out there, believe it or not, who do enjoy the sequels as much as I do. So I'm not alone.
Your favorite Star Wars top 3 Star Wars movies.
Okay, so
and why?
Okay, Empire Strikes Back, just because that was like the first. It wasn't the first movie I saw in theaters. I saw Star Wars for the first time in theaters when the special edition came out in '97. So yeah, so I saw A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They all came out that same year. So yeah, Empire Strikes Back, just because it was so different than the other two at the time, because that's all we had was those 3 at the time back in '97. Because it wasn't like a fairy tale ending where the good guys won, right? Like they lost. Yeah, they lost. Like Han Solo was frozen in carbonite and got taken away, and Luke lost his hand, and he found out the baddest guy in the galaxy is his father. Like, yeah, that's why Empire. And plus, I know there's no perfect Star Wars movie, but Empire is damn near perfect. It's the closest we're gonna get to perfection for Star Wars. So that's my number 1 pick. Number 2 is Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
And Return of the Jedi, mostly for the emotional duel between Luke and Vader at the end. Like the music, the emotion, just everything about that scene at the end there, where they're dueling with the lightsabers, and like that music is probably some of my favorite Star Wars music. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, but that music that swells up when he's like, if you don't turn to the dark side, perhaps your sister will, or whatever, and the music swells up. It's all like, the vocals and it's just
I gotta say,
beautiful music.
With Star Wars, the music is really good.
Oh, absolutely.
I think the Star Wars, like the music, that makes like the episode or the movie. Like the music in Star Wars is so like on key and on par with the actual scene. Like you could feel the tension and the anxiety and the sadness or the other stuff. It's like, wow, like they do such a great like emotion capture. They keep the emotion going, and that's what I think I love about the Star Wars universe. Is like the music is a big part of that.
The music's a huge part, yeah. And I don't know what they're gonna do. Like after John Williams is done doing music, right? Like I don't know who they would get. Maybe Kevin Kiner. Kevin Kiner's been doing a really good job with the the Clone Wars stuff, the Ahsoka series, right? Like the Ahsoka series was great. So,
Bad Batch is great too. With
Bad Batch,
they did Clone Wars, they did Rebels, they did Tales, and they're doing the Tales of the Empire too. Now they just kill it. The Kiner brothers, they're amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Really do.
Yeah.
So your 3-1.
Yeah, my third one is Revenge of the Sith.
Ah, yes.
That's the best of the prequels.
Yes.
Yes. So
that one has emotion, fights.
Emotion, yeah. It has everything. It's Star Wars summed up, right? Like lightsaber battles, yeah. There's a little bit of love in it, you know. It's not too sappy like Attack of the Clones.
Now I feel like with like the Phantom Menace, it was slow paced. You know, the movies are
I mean, it definitely was politics heavy, definitely, and that might have slowed it down a little bit for some people. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the prequels. Yeah, I enjoyed the prequels. I enjoyed the sequels. I enjoy it all.
You're just serious about Star Wars, Chris.
I'm just serious about it. Yeah, exactly.
You go to the movies and you sit with your popcorn. You're serious. There's no laughing there. There's no anxiety. I'm gonna cry after I get in my car and go home. You know, we're not serious. I feel that, Chris. I feel that.
Yeah, you understand. As a fellow Chris, you understand.
So, Chris has got to stick together. You know, we got to.
There you go.
We got to do it.
Right.
So, what are you going to do for May the 4th? What are your plans for May the 4th? It's on a Saturday. You know.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday.
We have May the 4th on Saturday, and then Sunday is Revenge of the 5th. I don't know if you do anything for that day, but I know May the 4th is a big day for like us because we're Star Wars people and stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're nerds. So Phantom Menace is coming out back in theaters, so I'll most likely be seeing that in theaters on the Friday and then the Saturday as well. And then Tales of the Empire, which we were just talking about, drops on May 4th as well. So
can't wait.
I'll be watching that as well. So yeah, other than that, no big plans for me.
Oh, so you don't do anything like spectacular or anything?
No, I don't do anything spectacular like that. No.
Not no more. We're getting too old, Chris. We're getting too old for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we can't drink like we used to, you know? We can't do it.
Yeah.
We're just up there. I feel that.
Yeah.
It's a big mood. But let's talk about Tales of the Empire. How excited are you for the Tales of the Empire? Because I think I said this to you when I was on your show or something, that I'm a big animation guy. You know, animation is my god. You know what I mean? Anything in animation, sign me up. You know, give me my money. What do you think of the Tales of the Empire?
I'm stoked for that. So Tales of the Jedi was perfection. Were they all great episodes? I mean, they were all great episodes, but like the Dooku episodes definitely were the better of the episodes, I would say, just because like you got the stuff that we didn't really get in the other shows, right? Like some questions were answered, like what happened to Yaddle, you know, the whole Sifo Dyas erasing Camino out of the archives and stuff, right? Like that thing, like it's just I love that we're getting another series, because they were saying that we were going to get a season 2, and I think this is a season 2 for Tales of the Jedi. Like they just did a Tales of the Empire showing 2 new characters. I like we're going to get some new background, like some backstory for 2 new characters, right? And it really does open stuff up if they continue to do these seasons of Tales of whatever. They could do Tales of the Bounty Hunters. They could do Tales of you know, the Resistance, whatever, right? They can do Tales of the Sith eventually if they want to, and just have it Sith focused, right?
Yeah.
Like, the possibilities are pretty endless.
Yeah, and then we're definitely getting a season 2 of Tales of the Jedi. You know, it's on the Disney Plus thing, so that is great. They could have the Tales of the Chris's, you know, serious Chris.
There we go.
And then like fun, awesome Chris, you know, 2 Chris's at one time. Don't know what's
gonna happen. There we go.
You
know? No.
Don't know.
Our stories aren't told yet. Not completely.
Yeah. And we know our stories. We know how they finish. But my next question. So usually I ask this question towards the end of the show. So I'm going to ask it now because it takes you time to think. It takes you time. It's a good question.
Okay.
So my next question to you is, what is your dream Star Wars project? That if George Lucas called you up right after this episode and said, "Hey, serious Star Wars, Chris, big fan of yours. I want you. You're getting the green light to do any Star Wars dream project that you want. It could be out of your favorite character, a new character, or anything you want in Star Wars, but it has to be Star Wars related. You're directing it, you're doing everything, casting everything. But what is your dream Star Wars project? It can be in live action or animation."
Wow. You're hitting with the hard questions, man. I think it'd be easier to be on Fallon on the Tonight Show.
He'll probably sing with you too. You can sing a song,
right? Yeah. So I would love to see more Maul. Like, he's my favorite character. With that cliffhanger at the end of Solo, right? Like, some story between Solo and, you know, Star Wars Rebels when he dies, of him, you know, with Crimson Dawn, and, you know, Kira goes and meets him and does some training with him, and then we see, like, him dealing with maybe the Hutts or something, other crime syndicates like the Pikes and stuff like that. And maybe in that we get a cameo of Han Solo and Chewie, you know, dealing with the Hutts as well. So I think that would be a fantastic story. So basically just as like a Solo 2.
Now, do you like that the game that just is the trailer that just dropped for the game? We see Kira in there.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Kira and we got Jabba, right? We got Jabba, we got Kira, we got who is it? Kyle Katarn from the Jedi Knight game series, right? Like the Dark Forces series.
Yes, so, we got carbonated Han Solo. We got him in there.
Right? Yeah.
I'm excited to see where they're gonna go with the game of the bounty hunters. I can't wait to play the game. I'm so excited. But I want to see, I want to see Kara. I know I butcher her name because I don't know how to say it. I think it's Kira.
Kira? Yeah.
Kira. I want to see her and Han Solo meet one last time.
Yeah.
See what that interaction would really be like on screen. Like, what would that be like? Would they remember each other? Would they be like secret lovers? What is going on there?
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I think they would remember each other. You always remember. You always remember that first, right?
First love.
Right.
Your first love. So you would have a Maul show. Now, would it be an animation or live action?
I would do live action. I would bring back Ray Park to do the physical stuff, and Sam Witwer obviously to do the voice of Maul.
I know Sam Witwer knocks it out of the park with that.
Yeah,
really does.
Absolutely.
So my final question to you, Chris, before we head out. So anybody watching out there that wants to start a YouTube channel, Star Wars, Marvel, anything, what is that one piece of advice you can give that person?
To someone starting a new YouTube channel, I would say just do something you love, something you're passionate about, because it makes it a lot easier when you're passionate about the thing that you're talking about or whatever doing on YouTube, and just being consistent. Like, it doesn't mean you have to do a video a day. Start off with like a video a week and just keep doing it consistently on that same day at the same time. People will keep coming back for your content, and eventually you'll get better and better at making your content. You'll feel more comfortable, and I've seen this with fellow content creators that I'm friends with. I've seen them get more comfortable the more they do it, right? So it's kind of proven, I think.
That you do something that you love.
Yeah, and be consistent.
Don't be like me and Chris. We post like 3 reels a day. We try to post like 4 reels a day, but we can't really.
Right.
Like, I try to post so much content, like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. People go, "Chris, we're sick of you." I don't care. Be sick of me. But you're like, right. you're seeing my reel and my posts. You're sick of me, but you're watching it.
Absolutely.
Before we go, Chris, where can everybody find you on the social of Meteors?
On the socials, on all the social platforms. you can find me YouTube, Seriously Star Wars, and everything else, Instagram, X, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. Seriously SW. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe, comment. I reply to all my comments on YouTube, so yeah, hit me up there. But yeah, definitely subscribe.
Yes, Chris, you're an amazing person. You're an amazing Star Wars guru. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode.
Thank you.
Time.
Thank you for having me on the Scevoli Tonight Show.
You're welcome.
It is a pleasure and an honor, sir.
Don't make me cry. I can't cry yet, Chris. Don't do it. Don't do it.
After the show ends.
After we're done, we can all cry and get in fetal position and like just cry. But Chris, you're welcome back on my show anytime. Just to talking Star Wars. I'd love to have you on again. Thank you guys for watching the Scevoli Tonight Show with your special guest, Seriously Star Wars. I will put all his links in the bio when this episode is aired. To go follow him, go check out his trivia night with me versus Ashton. We had such a blast on the show. It was an honor to be on his show because I don't know Star Wars trivia, and I still don't know it, but my knowledge a little more is up to par, but not really because I forgot what we really went over. I gotta do another recourse. But Chris, thank you again for coming on. I really appreciate your work and your time because I know you have time that you spent on my show. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scevoli Show, for more me, not Chris. Chris ain't gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. You're stuck with this guy. Maybe Chris if he comes back.
I'll pop up.
He'll pop up eventually. You'll just see his face. You know.
Yeah, I'll just show up randomly on an episode,
and then just leave. You know, like.
Yeah, I'll show up and be your applause for you.
Yes, and then you leave, and then the guest comes on. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel that. That's a big mood. But guys, thank you again for watching. Be kind to one another, and may the Force be with you, my friends. Always. Bye.
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.